Okay, we're going to solve this exercise. Exercise tells us, suppose that the height of Mount Everest is known to be between 29,032 feet and 29,034 feet. Based on this information, to how many significant digits can you express the height? A in feet and B in meters. So the first thing that we have to notice here is that when the book, which is the Engineering Mechanics 5th edition by Bedford, is using this kind of notation, then the book is referring to thousands, not to decimal numbers. And when the book, for example, uses a point here, then the book is telling us 29.034 feet. So that is important for us to know in order to not get confused with that. Although what I like is not to write any value, because if I don't have anything here, I already know that I'm talking about thousands, because I have three numbers that are next to these two, so I have already know that I'm talking about thousands. And this one, 29,034. Then the first question is pretty easy, because I just have to notice in which part of the number I'm getting a different number, and that is this spot, because here I have a 2 and here a 4. So the answer is that I just have to use 4 significant digits in order for these two numbers could be expressed as equals. 29, 0, 3, and 0. So the answer is 4 significant numbers. Then the B part of the exercise, meters. What we're going to do here is pretty simple, and is to convert the US units to the international system units, which is converting from feet to meters. Now, I already know that I could go to Google and search for feet to inches to meters, and that is going to give me the answer. But I'm going to suppose that I am in an exam, maybe you're going to do the same thing. So although that is pretty difficult, we're going to imagine that we don't have access to the internet. So we are going to multiply the feet by a division in order for me to eliminate this kind of units and transform those into meters. So I just have to find an equivalence between feet into meters. I don't know how much meters are 1 feet, but what I do know is that 1 meter is equal to 3.281 feet. And what I just have to know is to find this x value. So the result is multiply these two values and divide them divide the result by this one. So the answer is 1 divided by 3.28, 1 divided by 3.28, 1. I already know that I could play with these numbers. Maybe you could do it that way, because I could send this one to the numerator and maybe, I don't know, I could play with this in order for me to get just one value. But I do this way because this is the most reliable way for me to understand it and for me to not to get confused and maybe do a mistake later. So I can see what I'm canceling, in this case fits, and I can see what unit I am getting. So in the calculator, I'm going to write down that 29032 multiplied by 1 divided by 3.281 and 1. And the answer is this one. 8,848.521792. And I'm going to do the same thing. The same thing with the other number. Which is just changing these two into a 4. The answer is 8,849.1362. So can I do the same thing with this number as I did with these two numbers? Let me check it. If I round these numbers that is actually after the comma or the point, I'm going to get a 1 here, and here I'm going to still get a 5. So I cannot round these numbers. And here's the explanation for that. When I have a number, for example 1.51, and I've been told that I gotta use just the first two significant digits, then what I have to check is the next one of the numbers that numbers that I've been asked for manage. In this case, the third one. So if that third number is between 1 to 4, including this number and this number, then I'm going to keep the previous number, in this case 5. So the result would be 1.5. But if I got a number between 5 to 9, including those two, then what I gotta do is approximate to the next number. So for example 56. Then I gotta approximate this number to the one that follows. I'm going to write, for example, 7 for you to do not get confused. The one that follows, that in this case is the result would be 1.6. So if I do the same thing here with these numbers, then I'm going to get here a 1, because I got a 3 here after it, and a 5 because I got a 2 after it. So the only way for me to approximate these two numbers is by playing with the whole quantities, which is this one. And these two numbers are approximated, it could be approximated, the two of them, to 8,850 meters. So that would be the result. I just have to use the first three significant digits. Why is that? Because this one and this one are the numbers that are going to be approximating to the next unit, which is in this case 10, that leaves me with a whole unit, and I gotta add it to the previous unit, which is 49, and then it approximates to 50. And the same thing here. I am going to approximate this 8 to the next two units, in this case, which is 10 also, and then I gotta add it to the previous unit. So I got this number for the two of the values. And that is the answer. 3 significant digits. And that's how this exercise could be solved.